This is just a message to my stepdaughter Maxine. I just want you to realise, Maxine, the life I've got now. I was married to a woman for years, and I had 3 children, 1 adopted and 3 blood children. The way my children were looked after wasn't very good at all. The woman was not domesticated. The children were not looked after properly, so me as a husband couldn't function properly at all. I was very unhappy. I had to deal with drugs, alcohol, and ways a man should not have to live. It's all in the past now, and we all learn from our experiences, but I am affected by it when we discuss things and the problems I have with my daughter, ex-daughter now. The problems I have with my children now, it's a relationship. There is no relationship with my children now, and if I was to put things on this YouTube, it will destroy their lives. So things are best left in the past, and you have to look at my future I've got now, the way I'm being looked after now, and the way the partner I've got now. She really loves me, and she loves the children. She's so clean, tidy. The baby's looked after in ways my children were never looked after. And a lot of family don't know this. Just my mum really was aware of it. And my other brothers and sisters are aware a little, but they're not aware of the full extent of what I had to live through. The worst for me was living for the drinking and drugs, and also saving my daughter from toxic poison. With an ex-wife used to take she was glue sniffing, inhaling lighter gas. There's a lot of things that children don't know, and they can't know because they weren't born. And while the relationship was going on, we tried to protect this from the children as you're raising them. But what happens in the process is you suffer as a human being. You suffer in ways no one can understand but yourself. And this depression kicks in and you just do not function as a human being. But if you look now, my partner I have is incredible. If you take a look at our baby, he's yelling with joy, he's so happy, he's so healthy. And you look at her, she's so tidy and precise. The whole room is tidy, the whole room is fresh because mother loves the children, the child, she loves her partner. She knows it makes me happy. And look at the life we have. Very tidy, very clean. With my ex-wife, I used to have nappies left around, dirt, beer cans left around, food plates left around. You couldn't move them from the tables, they got fungus on them. She was just plain lazy, and it's how she was brought up, and the drugs she got on. She had some family breakdown with her mother, so therefore she didn't feel loved as a girl growing up, just left home, and she went on to prostitution, drugs, etc. And where I picked her up and tried to save her, the after effects were still left there, and this came into the marriage, and this came into the way we raise children. So what I'm saying to any man, if you ever have a wife, a woman like this, do run for your life. Don't try to help them. You cannot help someone like it. You cannot. It will affect you. Because I tell you one thing, even if you have a perfect woman, a marriage is still a challenge, let alone a woman who's on drugs and alcohol and drinks, glue, etc. I don't hate no one, but I'm disappointed in myself for falling for this trap and losing all my youth. And you can see the children just don't understand, and what happens, you end up getting in arguments because it's not their fault. The children's not fault. You're responsible as parents for raising them properly, and these children, it's not their fault. They don't see the damage you go through. And I used music as a saviour to save myself, and this started from back home when I lived with my parents. My father, he used to beat me lots. I got beaten by my dad, and I found music a way of saving myself, my sanity. The beatings I took was horrific for my dad. I got beaten every single day. I didn't feel loved by my dad. The only thing I felt love through was he gave food and he fed us, gave us heating. But a lot of that my mum pushed for us to be clothed. But my dad was very drunk. There was a lot of drunken behaviour in the house. I was very scared of my dad. Every day I was frightened of my dad. I was terrified. And he's a person I do not want to see in my life again. And so a lot of people don't know the individual effects of children growing up in a family, what affects you or what affects who. I'm not trying to blame people as whose fault it is, but it just happens to me that I was not brought up properly at all. There were some good qualities, like the food we ate. We had a roof over our head, and basically that didn't show us the smoking, because he smoked in secret. I knew, because I heard from the uncles he used to smoke, but he couldn't hide from me. I saw everything underneath. How he treated my mum, the depression he caused my mum, everything. So there I had a bad upbringing. I consider my upbringing primitive, and from there moved on to meet someone who was incompetent, on drugs, drink, ex-prostitute, gave me that hard work to save a beautiful little girl which came out when I was born safe, because I fed her. It was all my money at the time. I worked to feed her, take away from the crowd of people, of tramps. I call them tramps, drug tramps. And there, little girl Maxine came out, and I raised them, and it was very, very difficult trying to raise children. Loads of arguments in the house, loads of drinking by the ex-wife, and finally we're divorced. And I've now found myself someone who I will marry and be with for the rest of my life, and we're both happy, we both love each other, and most importantly we love our baby boy Isaac, and he will have the best life. And the reason why he'll have the best life, because he has mother and father and love, and surrounded by love. Not hate, no confusion, no alcohol, no drugs, but understanding and love. And this positive energy surrounding him throughout all his life will enable us to give him the best possible. My sons, Tyson and Leon, I have no relationship with them at all. I can't put what they've done on YouTube, it'll ruin their life. I can't put what Maxine's done on YouTube, it'll ruin her life. Okay, so we'll leave it at that. I hope you children, you three, have the best in life, and I don't wish bad of you. I still love you, but I don't like the way you've turned out. But that again, I can't blame you, because the way you was raised and the problems you had, seeing your mum and dad split up and the way it was done. So that is one thing I say. I'm happy for you, you're all doing well, and I wish you all the best of luck. But just take a look at my life now. I've got a lovely baby and another one on the way. Hello little man. Look at this little one here. When they tell you it can never be done again, just tell them to shut up. You can live your life again, you can start a family all over again. It's like a businessman makes a mistake. He learns from his mistakes, like I have, and you go on and you can be even happier. Hey Isaac, lovely little boy. He's going to grow up, he's going to love his dad. There's no way he's going to fall out between his parents, have respect for us. Only thing we've got to watch out for, our biggest enemy, is the 5G and artificial intelligence. That's the biggest threat humans we have to deal with. So I'm going to buy my radiation shields and try and avoid these electromagnetic waves going through myself, my partner, and our baby Isaac. Watch out for the 5G, I'm warning you. Watch out for 5G and electromagnetic radio waves hitting us all invisibly that we can't see. Be aware. Be aware. Thanks for watching. Take a look at this neatness. Take a look at the woman I've got now in my life. No more Carol, no more alcohol, no more filth.